You guys, we got some early morning tea. Okay. Good morning to everyone. It is Wednesday, March 24th. I am up early. It's 10:30 a.m. here in Atlanta, Georgia. And honey, we had to get on here real early. Okay, because it's a lot of Real Housewives of Atlanta tea that we got to talk about. Yes, a boatload, honey. I told you guys in the chat we have a boatload of tea. We got some tea on Latoya. Okay, is she getting fired? Is she staying? Okay, we got some tea on the reunion. Okay, it's coming up in what, tomorrow? Right? We got some tea on a whole bunch of stuff. So I hope you guys are ready. Okay, because I'm excited because this is probably going to be the best part of the season, which is, of course, the reunion. Okay, and then soon after the reunion, we got to figure out who is coming back to the show and who is getting chopped. All right, so welcome back to the house. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Thank you to everyone who's in the chat. I'm excited. Thank you for joining us this early. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started because, honey, it's a mess. And so first things first, before we talk about the tea, I did want to mention Kenya's apology. Now, you guys know that we've been on here several times at this point talking about Miss Kenya Moore hair care and her very problematic Native American costume that she wore on last Sunday's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta to Fallon's Halloween party, right? She went onto Twitter. She issued an apology after Bravo issued an apology and left her hanging. And she said, I want to sincerely apologize for inappropriately wearing the Native American headdress as a costume. I now realize that this was both disrespectful and insensitive and would never have done it if I had that knowledge and understanding. I regret it. When you know better, you do better. I am genuinely sorry. Okay. And so she is switching up her tune because at first, when people were calling her out on Sunday, she was responding with, being Native American is a part of my heritage, right? But the backlash got louder. Bravo left her out to dry and was basically like, okay, Kenya, at this point, we don't care what you do. We're going to save our own ass. We're going to issue our own apology, which then forced Kenya to issue an apology on Twitter yesterday afternoon, right? Now, it's so much I could say about this. Like, it's so many avenues that we could go into this. A lot of the fans were upset because they feel like Bravo doesn't hold, the White Housewives accountable for the things that they do, like Luann, who apparently dressed up as a Black woman, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really know all of the details to that situation. I don't know what Bravo has said about the situation, but apparently it's some double standards going on, right? Apparently, a lot of the people are saying, that Bravo is holding Kenya Moore up here and everybody else down here, right? Why are the standards higher for Miss Kenya Moore hair care? Regardless, she should have known better. Like, how old is she? How old is she? How am I 25 and I understand not to cultural appropriate, especially in a Native American costume? Like, that's like the number one thing you don't do is wear, a Native American headdress on Halloween and do blackface. That's like racism 101. Hello. Okay. And so I'm just a little perturbed at the situation that Kenya didn't know better. Like, how do you not know better? And so I'm just really shocked at Kenya because she's supposed to be so educated and so intelligent and so well-spoken and et cetera, et cetera. She consistently calls, Portia a dumb hoe, but yet didn't have the education to know that wearing a Native American headdress was wrong. Okay, really, girl? And so I think the whole thing is just a mess. And then a lot of the fans were saying, well, why did Bravo let her film with the headdress on? Okay, why did Bravo, push her out there to go to the Halloween party without saying something? And I guess production thought, well, I mean, whatever Kenya wears is what she wears. If she gets backlash from the situation, it'll be a teachable moment. But obviously, they were wrong. I guess this was a teachable moment for Kenya because apparently she was unaware that wearing that headdress was inappropriate. However, I do place a lot of the blame on Bravo. You knew that the girl was going to receive a lot of backlash, but yet you allowed her to film in that horrid outfit for the whole night. And so, was Bravo really trying to sabotage Miss Kenya Moore hair care? I kind of think so. Okay, I kind of think so. Shame on Kenya for not being educated on the situation, but shame on Bravo for knowing that they were going to receive backlash and not saying nothing about it. It's a whole hot ass mess. So let me know what you guys think about the situation. Juliana says Kenya ain't no Native American. Stop the BS. I have no idea what Kenya is, right? I'm not in the business of telling people what they are and what they aren't. However, I know you ain't supposed to wear that headdress on Halloween. Okay, I know that much. TS says, Aaron, you know Bravo needs any attention it could get right now. That's true. So maybe they were being problematic on purpose. Precious says it was a plot from production. So you think production set Miss Kenya Moore hair care up, is what you're saying. Aisha says it's a setup. Malcolm says, OMG, that makes so much sense. I didn't even think about it like that. Bravo is always mistreating the Black community. Okay, Stella says, I need this same energy for Latoya. Trust me, we get on Latoya's ass every day on this channel. Latoya is dead ass wrong for thinking she can wear some chopsticks and some little Asian trinkets in her confessional. That is also called cultural appropriation. Now, her cultural appropriation was definitely a bit more subdued because I don't think it was as obvious, right? It's not as obvious. It's not like she went up into the confessional with a kimono and had like the traditional, makeup that they have. I forgot what you call those people. When they went to Tokyo, right? And they went to that ceremony. I can't remember what you call the people, but it's not like it was as obvious as that. And so, was Latoya wrong for doing what she did in her confessional? Absolutely. However, Kenya Moore hair care's costume was a bit more obvious, and it was extremely problematic. All right. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Please stop justifying cultural appropriation in the chat. I understand that some of you guys may be Team Twirl. I understand that, you might stand for Kenya, but there's no excuse for her ignorant actions. Okay. It's a mistake. She's learned from it. She's going to move on. She's never going to do it again. And that's all that matters. All right. And so, let's move on to something a little bit different. Okay. We got some tea on the reunion. You guys, are you guys ready? I don't think you guys are ready. If you're ready, please give this video a thumbs up. Okay, give this video a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel because there's a whole lot of tea on this live and more lives to come. All right. And so, speaking of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 reunion, it has finally been revealed that the reunion will be filmed tomorrow. Okay, Thursday, March 25th, 2021, the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 reunion will be filmed in person. It is alleged that the theme for this year's reunion is going to be Welcome to the Dungeon, which I am super excited about. I know a lot of the OG fans were kind of, not really feeling the Welcome to the Dungeon theme. I don't think that's been confirmed. It's just alleged. However, I'm here for it. A lot of people thought, it's a new low for the franchise. It's very not, classy. It's tasteless. It's not elegant. And I know a lot of you guys want the Housewives franchise to return to the elegance and the opulence and the richness of the whole situation. However, I want to see the dungeon. And I don't think it's going to be leotards and panties and thongs and stuff, y'all. Like, it ain't going to be that. But I'm sure we'll see some black. we'll see some lace, we'll see some leather. Like, you can dress it up. It can be an elegant dungeon. Okay. Juliana says, frankly, I'm over the dungeon. Okay. Precious says, it's a new low. Chi says, I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Well, y'all need to get with the program because they are filming the alleged Welcome to the Dungeon reunion tomorrow. Okay. Moving right along, child. It is to be expected that Portia and Kenya will sit next to Andy because we know that Portia and Kenya are the stars of the show. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Cynthia and Candy might be the vets, but Portia and Kenya definitely are the queens of the show. Okay. And so it's just that on that. Now, when I woke up this morning, every morning I check the blogs and I see what's going on and I try to, get some video ideas for you guys so I can spill some tea, have some content for the House of Aaron. And I stumbled upon Tamara Tattles. Now, I don't discriminate against blogs because I find all the blogs to be entertaining, whether it's Media Takeout, whether it's, TMZ, or whether it's B. Scott or Tamara Tattles. I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions on Tamara Tattles, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay. And so I'm still going to cite her as a source or cite them as a source. And the link to the blog post for all this tea will be in the description box down below. Now, according to Tamara Tattles, there are 18 episodes this season, which means we have 4 more to go. And then going back to the reunion, Fallon will not be attending the reunion, which I think a lot of fans already knew. Tanya will also not be attending the reunion. Okay. And so Fallon is not attending because she wasn't really contracted, as a friend. And so it's expected that she will not be there. Tanya, of course, it's expected that she isn't going to be there because we know Tanya fled the scene. Okay. She got the hell out of Dodge as soon as Kenya was on her case about Bolo and his thing. Now, speaking of Tanya, you guys, allegedly after Kenya started, running away, child, running away from the truth. Okay, running away from her alleged actions that she did with Portia and Bolo in that room. When someone was allegedly saying, F me harder, F me harder. Excuse my language. If you have kids in the room, it's time to usher them out or change the YouTube channel, child. But somebody allegedly was in that room talking about some F me harder. And, Tanya wasn't here for Inspector Gadget in all of her investigations. And so soon after Tanya fled the scene to Canada, she sent a strongly worded email to the network saying that she won't be back and that the network, NBC Universal, Andy Cohen, the executives, and everybody at Truly Original deserves some discipline for what they did to her and Candy. Period. Now, Bravo has a very strange way of showing love to the people that bring their shows drama, like Denise Richards, Lisa Vanderpump, Nene Leakes, Tanya Sam. Not saying Tanya Sam is in the same caliber as those other women, but what I've noticed is, production really doesn't step in when they see that someone is kind of being trampled on. And when the ladies feel trampled on and when they feel, bullied, when they feel like they are pushed into a corner, they tend to quit the show because nobody wants to be ganged up on and nobody wants to be, embarrassed. Right. And so when these women are feeling embarrassed, when they are feeling like I'm being set up, they tend to leave and quit the show. And Tanya is just another prime example. Okay. Sharon J says Tanya does not need RHOA. I would absolutely have to agree. She has a new show coming out. I think it's called Making of a Mogul. Have you guys seen the trailer on Instagram? It's quite interesting. Juliana says Portia didn't lie. I feel like she had her girls back. Okay. Queen A says, I don't think any of us will miss Tanya. I personally, House of Aaron, will definitely miss Tanya. She was one of my faves. Shout out to all 425 of you guys in the live right now. Thank you guys so much for joining me at 10:45 a.m. here in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. And so speaking of Tanya, Portia, Bolo, and his thing, right? Well, let me back it up. Let me back it up now, okay? Don't backpedal now, Kenya. Okay, we shaking in our boots. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, so now that Tanya has left the show, according to Tamara Tattles, allegedly, child, Shamia is going to be signed on for next season to officially replace Tanya. Okay, she's filling in for Tanya's spot, which is maybe one of the reasons why we saw a lot of Shamia this season. I kind of feel like Tanya was on this season a lot more than Shamia was. But is it just me, or did it feel like every scene Tanya was in, she didn't have a lot of speaking parts, but yet Shamia was in the show a lot less than Tanya was, but I felt like we heard Shamia speak a lot more? Am I the only one who caught on to that? It was kind of like they were phasing her out from episode 1. Like she was always there, but she was never speaking. Kind of like how they did what's that girl's name in Potomac, Charisse. Charisse was always there, but she was never shown. Right? Same. Oh, I got something in my mouth. Same with Joy. You guys know Joy, who is Portia's friend, who they were like kind of testing out earlier in the season. Joy, early in the season, was always there, but they didn't ever give her anything to say. So just food for thought, just an observation. Apparently, Shamia is replacing Tanya next season. Moving right along. So speaking of Portia, Tanya, Bolo, and his thing, production allegedly, according to Tamara Tattles, does not believe Portia and Tanya had sex with Bolo. But of course, it makes for good TV. And so they ran with the storyline because what else were we going to talk about this season? Black Doll says Shamia is in Portia's shadow. No hate, but she's boring. I don't agree. I think Shamia is amazing for the show. I actually like Shamia this season more than I ever have. I love the fact that she's standing up for her friend. I love the fact that she's being vocal. I love the fact that she's not scared of a Candy, a Cynthia, a Kenya, a Marlo. I love Shamia on the show. Mai says Tanya was the level of classiness I expect from the show. Sharon says, I would rather watch Making of a Mogul. I prefer the OGs of the past. Hashtag RHOA. Jametta says, they definitely edited Tanya out. Yes, they did. Like Tanya was in every scene, and I felt like, damn, like why is she here if she's, they're not gonna give her nothing to say. I mean, I'm sure she's talking in the scenes, but they're cutting it all out, and I just don't agree with it. And in my, humble opinion, just going off on a tangent really quickly, this season was the most choppy and just it was so bad. Like it was edited so poorly. Like I would be watching it, and you guys know I went to school for mass communications, multimedia communications. I studied radio, film, television. I did multiple classes on editing, continuity, etc., etc. The continuity of these episodes, they're horrible. So choppy. Like you can hear like in the audio that is choppy. You can hear that they're cutting stuff out and they're inserting things in. And I'm like, oh my God, like has the Real Housewives of Atlanta turned into Basketball Wives? I'm just a little bit confused at the situation. And so just from a technical standpoint, the editing has been really off. Really, really off. Which really gets on my nerves. And then if we just gonna complain, okay, since we airing out our grievances, can we talk about how Fallon's party was like the worst party in the franchise history? I could not believe they aired that. Like that was one of those scenes that could have been totally left out, right? I would have definitely liked to have seen the whole Black Lives Matter situation between Portia and Candy, right? We could have gotten that instead of this Halloween party because y'all know how excited I was for the Halloween party. Okay. Y'all know I was excited. We love a good costume. Okay. And the ladies definitely brought us some looks, i.e., Candy and her, cheetah, i.e., what's her name? Fallon looking like Medusa. And all of the other ladies looked very beautiful as well. However, that party was so lame. There was barely any food, barely any drinks. It was nobody there. The haunted house was lame. It was whack. Okay, it was nothing for the ladies to do. It was no activities. Why would they air that? Even if Fallon did almost beat the hell out of Latoya Ali for being hella disrespectful in her husband's house, I don't care. Like, that fight was so stupid to me. Even that, I just felt like could have been cut out because I'm like, okay, what is the point of this? Right? You had Portia talking to Latoya. Portia is looking at Latoya like, girl, what is you talking about? You had Kenya trying to have a serious conversation with Latoya as well. And Latoya couldn't stop laughing at, her Native American cultural appropriation get up that she had going on. And so both of those conversations were just stupid. Okay. Stupid. Both of those conversations were really dumb and trivial. Then you had Fallon trying to confront Latoya. Latoya wasn't taking that serious either. Then she said you had 3 babies by 3 different baby daddies, and this ain't your property, hoe, and this, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden, Fallon just goes crazy. She runs through her own kitchen, loses one of her snakes. Portia is, sipping on her water, looking at Medusa run across the kitchen like, what the hell is going on? Next thing we know, we see Fallon in the garage, and honey, I'm going off on a tangent, but honey, did y'all see Fallon's garage? They didn't really show it good, but I saw a little peek. They have like cars. They have a ground level, just cars, and then they have like cars above the ground level. Like a damn, have y'all seen Carvana? Those Carvana vending machines? If you live in like a big city, you'll probably have a Carvana dealership. And if you look behind the dealership, there's like these big tall towers just filled with cars. That's how Fallon's garage was set up. Like 2 levels of just cars. It had to be like 6, maybe 8, 6 to 8 cars in that garage. I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, Fallon and Simon are rich. Girl, don't leave that man. Okay, I know y'all is going through it with the marital issues, but do not leave that man. I saw Rolls Royces. They had the Mercedes, the G Wagons. I was like, the Lambos, the Porsches. She literally had a Carvana vending machine in her garage. I was shook. Okay, I was shook. Shout out to all 600 of you guys in the chat. This is the most I've ever had in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Now, moving back to the conversation, child. I then went off on a tangent, but yes, back to my original thought. Fallon's Halloween party was the worst event in franchise history. Such a lame party. If I was Candy, I would have been pissed that I spent $1,500 to $2,000 on that damn costume to look like a cheetah with all of my prosthetics just to come to that lame ass party with nothing for us to do, no food, no drink, no activities, no nothing, no people. And I'm sitting up here at this long ass table not doing shit but watching Fallon run through the kitchen. You got me all the way messed up. Okay? And so that was literally like so stupid. I couldn't believe that they aired that. I thought that was so stupid. I'm looking through the comments, child. But okay, let us move right along back to Tamara Tattles and her exclusive on these ladies. And so production doesn't believe Portia and Tanya had sex with Bolo, but they're still gonna air, this storyline out because they believe it's entertaining and there's nothing else to talk about. And then at the reunion, Candy is expected to tell her account finally of the whole situation that happened in the Charleston of the South Carolina. Yes, everyone click that like button. Click the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we got more tea coming. Okay. Candy says, I think production and Bravo are disrespectful for letting Kenya go on air in that costume. I also think they are shady for cutting Latoya racist remarks to Fallon out. Show the real tea, Bravo. I agree. Like, if you are going to have enough discernment to cut out Latoya's racist slurs, then you should have definitely given Kenya a little history lesson on why it's not okay to wear that headdress. All right. Moving right along. Let's see. Oh, apparently, according to Tamara Tattles, okay, allegedly, Latoya has no more friends on the show. We know Portia don't like her at this point in the season, from what we're looking at every Sunday. Excuse me. So we know Portia don't like her at this point in the season. We know Kenya is not really feeling her. Candy and Cynthia couldn't care less. If you guys really pay attention to the after show on on YouTube and BravoTV.com, you guys can clearly tell that Candy and Latoya are kind of paired up in their after show. You guys can tell that Candy does not want to be there with Latoya. Every time Latoya opens up her mouth, Candy is thinking to herself, why is this girl on this show? She's ridiculous. Okay, this girl is ridiculous. Precious says, Kenya apologized. Next. Thank you. Next. Girl, the episode aired all of 3 days ago. Okay, it's still kind of fresh. I mean, I'm just saying. Let's see. What else is going on? Josie said, Bravo apologized, and so did Kenya. Yes, they did. They did apologize. I think we should give Bravo and Kenya some grace. This was a teachable, educational moment. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. However, it was still wrong. Okay, it was still wrong. But y'all getting me off track with the old news. We already talked about that. What we was talking about was Latoya. Okay, so Latoya has no friends, right? And so because she has kind of ostracized herself and isolated herself from the rest of the ladies, okay, we know Portia, Drew, and Kenya can't stand the girl. Well, we can infer that Latoya will not be asked back next season. Bye, Toya. Shout out to all 709 of you in the chat. If you haven't already, like this video. You guys, Tamara Tattles is alleging that Latoya will most likely not be back for next season. Most likely. Okay. It is not confirmed. We don't know for sure because we know they don't really make casting decisions until after the reunion has been filmed. But there, is some conversations happening behind the scenes about whether they want Latoya back. And honestly, I appreciate Latoya for bringing the drama this season. Trust me, I do. And a part of me is rooting for her to get it together. Thank you, baby. I love you more. A part of me is rooting for her to, really get it together and show these girls what's up. However, there's a reason why I'm not really into Love and Hip Hop, right? Love and Hip Hop has a lot of drama, but there's a reason why I don't watch Love and Hip Hop and I'm not really into that drama as much as I am, into the drama on Housewives. There's a reason. There's a reason why I don't watch the trash that's on WeTV. There's a reason why I don't watch, or when it was on, did watch The Bad Girls Club. Because those shows have a lot of drama, but the drama does not have substance. Okay? For all of the producers, the TV producers, the reality television producers out there, when you have a show with a bunch of drama, but the drama has no substance, the drama is just trash. What good is drama if the drama has no substance? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Dee says she loves Love and Hip Hop, child. She loves Love and Hip Hop. I like the Atlanta version of Love and Hip Hop, but Miami and New York and the rest of them can go. But what I'm saying is, Love and Hip Hop, sometimes I feel like on Love and Hip Hop, that, someone can blink at you the wrong way and then they get to scrapping. Someone say one wrong thing and then they get to scrapping. I don't like that, because to me, you're just fighting just because the cameras are here. If you're going to fight, I want it to be about something real, right? I want it to be some real drama. I don't want it to be fake. I don't want these people to put on for the cameras. I don't want you to just fight because cameras are here. If you're going to fight, let it be about something real. And I say that to say, Latoya brings the drama, but her drama has no substance. There's no reason why you're coming for Fallon. There just isn't. There's no real reason why you've betrayed, Kenya and told all of her business. There's no real reason why you should be bullying Drew Sidora about her wigs, because you don't even know the girl. Every fight and disagreement that she's had, including Fallon, bringing her husband onto the girls' trip, every little scuffle that Latoya has been in, is because she walks onto set drunk and feels like, okay, it's my time to shine. I finally have made it onto television and I'm going to start a fight today. And to me, that type of drama has no substance and it has no place on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, in my opinion. I live for the drama, but the drama has to make sense. It don't make sense. Okay. And so for that reason alone, I kind of feel as though Latoya definitely she should be considered, being on the chopping block. Shout out to AAE. I appreciate it, honey. They said the Phaedra and Candy situation is authenticity. Am I saying that right? Authenticity. I would totally agree. And it's funny you said that, because I was going to bring that situation up. The reason why Candy really couldn't stand Portia and Phaedra was over something real. Even though the whole thing was a lie, what Phaedra was saying, but it was real. It was real emotions. It was real drama. And it was something that we could follow, right? There's nothing to follow when it comes to Latoya and her beef with Fallon, because it's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. You're just coming for this woman just because. It's dumb. And I think Latoya is really dumbing down the show. Thank you so much to T Said What T Said. She says, thank you for the stream. I love your RHOA and RHOHOP videos. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And so Latoya might be on the chopping block for season 14, which is next season. And then Tamara Tattles is alleging that Drew Sidora will be back for next season. And so what do you guys think about the entire situation? Are you guys excited for the reunion? Are you excited for Drew to come back? Are you excited that Latoya might be getting the chopping block? Okay, she might be going with the win. Fabulous, honey. Well, just going with the win, not fabulous. Stella says, I think Latoya is jealous and attacking all of the new girls because she don't want to leave. Maybe she wanted to be the only new girl on the show. Who knows? Steffi says it makes her look tasteless. Tanya says Latoya is a problem child who needs to grow up. Fatty Back says Latoya tries too hard and she looks a mess doing it. I mean, you do tend to look a mess when you show up sloppy drunk to every scene that they want you to be in. Sheila says, bring Phaedra back so Candy can have a storyline. Candy says, apparently she is being problematic. No one wants to film with her. So bye. Don't let the door smack you on the booty on your way out, Toya. Valerie Walker says, I like RHOA because these are real women. The other shows are for immature children trying to grow up. Leave Latoya alone. Well, excuse the hell out of me. Okay, Latoya is having a Britney moment. Leave Britney alone, child. Nori says, I love Latoya, but she didn't carry no weight. She didn't show or represent her story. She came on too strong. I definitely think Latoya came on too strong. Girl, if you're gonna have drama, make it make sense. And I think Latoya's strategy was, I'm gonna be outlandish and I'm gonna be outrageous and I'm gonna be funny and I'm gonna be this and I'm gonna be that. But there was no real strategy to it. Let's see. Shout out to Akiti. I believe that's how you say it. Akiti. Thank you so much. Let's see. AE, thank you so much for the super chat. They said Latoya just does not fit in with this group. Drew can step up her style, but Drew understands television and how to build for a show. Drew is a Disney kid. And I would agree because everything that Drew got going on, it makes sense. The drama with Kenya, it makes sense. The drama with Latoya, it makes sense why she wants to go back and forth with Latoya because Latoya has been jumping on her damn last nerve. And so it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. However, I have been on here for way too long. Okay. I was only supposed to be on here for 25 minutes, and you guys just got me to talking and talking and talking, child. So I'm gonna wrap it up right here. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up. Do not leave this live without liking the video. Okay. Secondly, do not leave this live without subscribing to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I will be back a little bit later, okay? Because y'all know I got you with more tea, right? My mouth getting dry talking about the same damn things, Joe. I'm all hype early in the morning, child. I'll be back a little bit later. Okay, I'm gonna spill some more tea. Right. And we have a lot more stories. All right. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this early morning chat. I'm trying to think, is there anything? Oh, don't forget to also follow me on Instagram. I have a new Instagram name. My Instagram name is House of Aaron, the same as my YouTube name, right? It was originally my first middle initial and then last name. And now it's just my YouTube name, House of Aaron. I changed it to House of Aaron because when I did the Tea with Monique, live stream, everyone on Instagram was tagging my other page that I don't get on instead of my main page. And so I was like, oh, hell no. Okay. I was like, oh, hell to the no. I got to change my main page on Instagram to House of Aaron. So make sure you guys go down into the description, click all the links, follow me on Instagram. And like I said before, do not leave the chat without liking or subscribing. All right. I love you guys. And don't forget to create a great rest of your day. Love you. Mwah.